The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered 12 covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
How are you, boys and girls? Welcome into a Tuesday episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault will be joined by Emerson Latzia from DK Sportsbook. Coming up here, the entire city of Philadelphia wants that man dead. If you don't know why, we'll tell you in a little bit. We are live on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book. Same thing on Twitter X, replayed on Sports Grid TV and Sirius XM channel 159. Falcon gear for Dave. And yeah, if you're an Eagle fan, you're waking up saying, what the happened last night? How are you, sir?
I'm good. Still trying to figure out how the Eagles lost that game, but we'll break all that down. I can't say anything about Emerson and what he's going to say, or he said yesterday with a really nice package, and it's not his package. Like, it's not his package. That's an industry term for the 3-minute piece that he put together, completely besmirching.
I think you've seen too many sauna pictures of Emerson.
Listen, I've seen way too many pictures of Emerson in the sauna. I'm still waiting for him to call me back, so I'm glad he's joining the show because he told me he was busy doing a deuce and would call me back.
Love that
if anybody has been sitting and deucing,
why did he answer the phone just
for 3 days? Well, I was glad it wasn't a complete upshot when he answered, but he said, I said, you're good. Just call me back when you're done.
You FaceTimed him and he answered it from the John?
From the John.
Whoa, boy.
And I was like, wow, okay. Much. I mean, you could have texted me and said, I'm busy. I'm taking a,
yeah.
You know what? I mean, you're the favorite today. That's why I'm not swearing first. You're the favorite. So everybody has you to swear first today after the game. It might be Emerson. Emerson's the second choice today. But yeah, hell of a day. I mean, a great day to be here with the brigade for sure.
Yes. So let's talk about this here at the top, because we told you on Friday, or Dave told you, hat trick giveaway.
Yes, sir.
Was happening. You guys were awesome. You went and left a million messages. You guys went and subscribed to the YouTube channel. We appreciate each and every one of you for doing that. And it is time for the hat trick giveaway winner.
Yes, sir.
You can do the honors here. This was your idea, and it's worked out tremendously well. The winner of the 3 hats is.
You want me to say it? And then you're going to put, okay. I don't know. Like, I only know screen names. So right now I have screen names and then I have maybe real names, but this is at crop 2Ps _ duster 007. Okay. You've won the 3 hat parlay. Don't mind me just popping in for the hat trick. Nah, but this show is literally the best since day one. Opening up new avenues into sports with a little trickle of the sports betting world and how to get better. Thanks to both of y'all for having this, and can't wait to continue to watch this thing grow. Well, there you have it, Crop Duster. You did it with that comment. You guys did a tremendous job with the comments, and the likes went up. The subscriptions to the YouTube channel went up. And if all it takes is I got to give away hats, I mean, we can see what we can do with that. I got to talk to the boss, but one boss that I did not talk to, and you know, she's the boss. Perrault, he's the co-owner of this whole thing. And listen, we all have bosses, but I made an executive decision.
You did.
Crop Duster gets 3 hats, but I called it the Dave Feeling Good special. Like when the books give you a bad beat refund or anything like that. Everybody likes parlays, okay? So, in the book, we try to tell you here on the BVB all the time, the parlays are fun, but they're not. Usually it's a hard way to win. Straight plays win. And we're going to give away 3 straight play hat plays from me. All right.
Now.
Self-designed. You guys got to email the brigade proxy at gmail.com so the admin sees it too if you want, or just go to the website, thebvbshow.com, and email there and we'll find it. All right. But 3 guys responsible also for comments. Don't get 3 hats. You get 1. Okay. Chicago John, you get a hat. All right. You've texted the text line. The text line is open, 702-570-8255. You could text it. He's at John WLYONS. So that's John W. Lyons, III, maybe the 3rd. Chicago John, you got a hat. Hat number 2 is Tyler Paulus. He's at Typo 92, TYPO 92. All right, Ty, you got a hat. And then the last one, single hat, self-designed BVB hat. I got it like one sitting here right like this that's going to match this fit. And you got to match the fit. The kids think always you got to match the fit. P-Roll defies the fit sometimes. It's fine.
I'm not defining the fit today.
Oh, that looks good. Look
Black
at that.
Black
That makes
gold.
the yellow come out in his shirt. Good
Black
job.
Black and gold.
Number 3 is going to be Brandon Rincon. He's at 1994 Rincon, Rincon. So that's a total of 6 hats, in case the boss is watching. 4 destinations. Okay. And a whole day's worth of thank yous for all of the comments, all of the emails, even the text line got texts.
Yeah.
I mean, this is exciting. And we're back. Football season is officially back. We got to keep getting those numbers up because we got people telling us we got to get those numbers up. But you guys are doing it. And we're doing what we can, showing up and doing the show. Corbin, if you're watching,
get ready.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get to work. The boys are gonna send them what you want.
When does he work again? I have to go see him before my flight.
He ain't. I don't think he's there today.
Tuesday?
So,
he's not there, right?
Tuesday off. Yeah.
So Wednesday, Thursday?
Wednesday, Friday.
He's there Wednesday though. He's there tomorrow.
Wednesday. Well, yeah. Oh, he's there tomorrow.
All right.
Oh, yeah. He's there tomorrow.
All right. We're going to take a look and go see him take care of some business. But that's great. I mean, that's congratulations. Again, if you guys, John, Tyler, Brandon, you guys need to get in touch with us in some form or fashion so we can get addresses and get these things out. You have to design the hat. So start thinking color, design, what type of, what do you want? You want on the side, you want brigade, whatever you may be from.
Well, we're going to try to keep the side labels, not these, if you can, because they just add a lot to it. Okay. And I don't know the script and I don't know other things. So just the hat logo like that. And then if you want a different color, Bill, there's some selections. Base color hat. And if you want snap, that's good. And if you want flex fit, that will depend on how that works. So way better than those $1,000 hats, Flip. You're right. Can you imagine?
A lot of people had a bad night last night.
Too.
We'll get into this. What happened last night? Emerson will join us here in about 15 minutes. So stay tuned for that conversation.
As long as he ain't pooping, he'll be here.
Correct. The Falcons had a 0.7% chance to win the game last night when there was 1:57 left to go in the game. But then the Eagles decided to put both hands around their throat and squeeze. They threw the ball on 3rd down, Dave, and it was dropped by Saquon Barkley, stopping the clock, making them kick a field goal, and then setting up something that we haven't seen in the last 30 years. That's a quarterback completing 80% of his passes for 70 or more yards passing in the last 2 minutes on the road in a game that quarterback won. I mean, that's a historic choke by the Eagles last night.
It's inexplicable. You're watching the game, and I'm like, the kid playing Madden knows to run it on third down. They ain't got no timeouts. And then what do? You always go for it.
Right.
You run again on fourth with the tush push, get a first down, and win by 3. It's over. And if you don't, they got 30, less 30. They got like 28 seconds left to go to length of the field. You don't cover. Okay. So what? I don't know. That was bad. They go for it in the first quarter. They drive all the way down and don't take the easy 3. Go for it. When you got the game on the line, you don't go for it. You kick the field goal. I mean, the pass was the
problem.
Play call. You
that
don't
was the
need
problem.
to do that. Just take the
the
ball from center and pitch it.
Yeah.
Like
if you lose it,
play.
if you don't make it on third down, the clock is running and there's no time left for the Falcons. So you can kick the field goal and the worst thing they have, only a touchdown beats you. So if you throw the ball there on third down and stop the clock and then go for it on fourth and you miss it, all they need is a field goal to tie the game and a touchdown, you lose. So I understand the idea of, well, look, get to 6, make it a touchdown only that beats you and put it on your defense to have them be able to hold. Well, the problem is that the Eagles defense has no pass rush whatsoever. We talked yesterday to John Kincaid from the Fanatic in Philly, and he said that. He goes, look, the Eagles pass rush is really a problem. It needs a lot of help right now. And Hassan Reddick would look great in an Eagle uniform. He's not playing for the Jets. So if I was an Eagle fan, I'd want my team to make a phone call and say, hey, we'll take him. If you guys can't, we'll pay him and we'll take him because our pass rush has no teeth right now. And that's how Cousins just stood there untouched and picked apart that defense on that final drive. But it was just a cacophony of errors there going,
Wow.
3, 4, 5 in a row errors by Nick Sirianni and company. Everything had to go wrong for the Eagles and everything had to go right for the Falcons to win that game. And amazingly enough, the team that blew the 28-3 loss in the Super Bowl found out how it felt to get to the win by doing that.
How did you work that in?
Because that's that's what that's like. That's how improbable that was. That's how it feels, Falcon fans. When we did it to you, that's how it feels to do that. When you run off the field and you've got all this hype and excitement, that's how it felt for us, except it was for a ring. But that's the choke job. Nobody should have won that game. Patriots never should have won that game in this role. And the Falcons shouldn't have won that game last night. But they did.
It's a tough one to swallow if you had the Eagles money line or if you had the Eagles in Survivor. You just really that's going to take a day or two to recover from.
785 Survivor people. I'm sitting there on the phone with Amanda last night, and I'm watching the game, and I'm going, do you understand what's about to happen here? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, if they score, we're going to be under 4,000 entries left in 2 weeks for Survivor. Because remember, she was going to do Survivor. We were walking to the window to do Survivor.
Right.
And right at the last second, she goes, nope, I want to do Millions. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, I don't want to do Survivor. I want to do Millions. Yeah. Threw a complete curveball at me, like right before. So like, as we get her signed up and like, we're watching it and she's like, this is why. She's like, this is why I'm doing Millions, because I wouldn't be able to handle this if I pick the Eagles and they're going to blow this. And there's less than 4,000 entries of the over 14,200 that started this thing 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Left.
There's no explanation. There's really no explanation. It's just, you've heard it. I've said it to every person that I sign up with and talk to about it. I've talked about it on the show that, Farrah produced and Steven. Get to October.
If you can.
You got to find a way to just get to October. So then by then you can figure out who's good, who's bad, other than Carolina. I mean, Carolina's bad, super bad. Okay. Well, can you survive? Can they go 0-4? Or actually there's 5 Sundays, I guess, in September. So
right.
But
only
like 4 NFL Sundays. Yeah.
There's 4 NFL Sundays. 5 Sundays in total, only 4 NFL Sundays.
Right. Well, either way, you got to go. Wow, it's a tough gig. It's a tough gig at Survivor. They just pick a winner, no spread, no nothing. They had the game won. Give the boys and girls a poll question right now. You got a nice crowd in here. Do you kick the field goal or do you go for it if you're the Eagles at that spot? I don't think it's a question. I mean, there's a lot of people that say take the points and make the defense stop them.
Yeah, me.
You think that's the play?
I think the mistake was made on third down, not fourth down. Kicking the field goal there, I would have done that, but I would have run the ball. So I would have run the ball, let the clock run, and then said, okay, what? They would have had like 45 seconds left to go and score a touchdown. That's good with it.
You can't throw the ball on third down.
You cannot do that. No, right. That's the mistake. So third down, I don't think Sirianni was wrong to kick the field goal there. He was wrong to throw the ball. That was the ridiculousness of like, wait a minute, what? And fine, Saquon catches it. He gets the first down. We're not talking about this. The game's over. I understand that point of like, how much of it's Barkley? Shouldn't it be on Barkley because he dropped another ball because he has literal like, frying pans for hands. Like this is what Giant fans are like. Yep, seen that before. They know what that guy does. You run the ball there, and then you kick it if you don't make it on third down. But they may have made it. I mean, Barkley was averaging like 9 yards a carry. Like they couldn't stop him.
The first quarter, I'm watching it by myself. Little Consig's watching a show upstairs, so I'm just watching the game. They are chunk yardage the whole time down the field, running the ball. 8 yards, 7 yards, 12, 11, 9, right down the field. Same play. And then Hurts is getting out. He's getting rushing yards too. They get inside the 10. Run up first, pass on second, pass on third, and pass on fourth when they go for it and don't take the 3. And I just like, again, with this, everybody wants to be smart. There's no bonus points for making it look good with a pass. I know you want to throw touchdown passes, but when they're not stopping a run the ball. And then you got the clock is everything at that point, at the end of the game.
Right.
You kill the clock.
Yeah, even if you don't make it. I mean, even if the
you
third
don't
down
make
play,
it, you kill the clock.
Yeah, I don't care if they, Jeff Benny's saying they sold out to stop the run. The pass was there. He dropped it, but I don't care because that is the worst case scenario. The ball gets dropped. So you don't give the worst case scenario a chance to show its head. You run the football and let the clock go. If you lose 5 yards, who cares? It's a chip shot field goal regardless. So you run the clock, you let it run all the way down, you burn your timeout, you kick the field goal, basically an extra point, you kick it, and then go play defense when they have no timeouts and have to go score a touchdown. And they got to go all the way down the field to score a touchdown. You just let them pass in the middle of the field, let the clock run, and that's it. You may have to survive a Hail Mary, but you're going to win the game most likely. 99 out of 100 times or 999 times out of 1,000, you're going to win that game if you run the football on third down. The only way you lose that game is by throwing the ball on third down.
I don't. It would have been better off like snapping the ball on third down and having Hurts run 70 yards backwards.
Chef, I talked about this a lot on the show, okay? There's a book that I religiously will reference. It's called Thinking in Bets. It's by Annie Duke. The outcome of a decision is not how you should judge a decision. Just because it would have worked doesn't mean that was the right decision. It's a problem to put this type of the entire game, essentially, on one decision, on one play. So I have a massive problem with the call. Massive problem. Regardless if they got it or not. If they get it, we're not talking about it as...
We're not talking about it at all. He's right. We're not talking about it.
If
he catches the ball and goes down,
I would talk about it. I would say, what are you doing throwing the ball on third down there? You could have dropped it and had a problem.
Yeah, but then it's like just passed over. It's a big deal because he dropped the ball and he had to kick it.
So the decision,
Falcons win.
The decision by Sirianni is horrible. So it shows you as an Eagle fan, you have a coach who is making improper decisions in key moments of football games. And I'd be very concerned, making it or not, I'd be very concerned about what that offense is going to look like this year in key moments because they clearly think they can throw on anybody in any situation. And that's not Barkley's MO. That guy drops a lot of balls.
Yeah, it's a simple math problem. You just run the ball, 35 seconds go off the clock, you run it again.
If you want to. And I don't mind that play, but if you're stopped, given what NFL kickers can make, I mean, There were
Okay,
kicks.
so now the worst scenario is
There were 60-yard kicks being made.
So,
But, I
that's
mean, the
fine.
kicks
So
right
the
now.
worst scenario is you go to overtime.
Correct. Yes, that's right. Yes,
They
that's
probably don't
correct.
score a touchdown, so then the game is still being played.
Fair. That's
Like
true.
they drive down and win the game.
Fair.
Like,
That's true. I agree with you on that point. Yes, the worst case scenario if you run forward on fourth down is that they get into field goal range and they kick a long field goal and tie the game.
I
Absolutely.
can't believe they couldn't get a sack even after they
Yeah.
got the ball. But now when you kick the field goal, they started at the 25, did they not?
Somewhere in
Atlanta
that range.
started at
Yeah.
the 25 at least.
Well, no, because it was field goal. It was a 30. It was touchback. It started at the 30 where they started.
Okay, so even
The
worse.
touchback. Yeah.
So if you
On the
go
30-yard
for it on third down, run it, and then you go for it again, tush push, don't get it. They got to start on the 10 or the 8 or whatever that was. You know, they got to go. It's an extra 25 yards. It's an extra play.
Mm.
Well, now there's only 3 plays, maybe 4 left in the game instead of
Fair.
7.
Fair.
Like a minute 46 or whatever it was, or minute 36 when they got the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just thought it was like I was sitting there going, I don't get it. And
It's a hell of a win for the Falcons, though. I mean, it's a hell of a win.
well, it's way better to be 1-1 in that spot than
And just the way they did it. The way they did it, too, to not be 0-2.
Yeah,
So
there's no more Cousins talk. He'll be fine.
Right. Which 0-2 team is in the most trouble? Ravens, Bengals, Rams. I know there's other
Rams.
teams, but these are the 3 that were expected to be good who are 0-2.
Rams, no question.
So
Hurt
Cooper Kupp,
all over the place.
yeah, Cooper Kupp's in trouble. He's going to be out, IR possible. Puka Nacua is on the IR. He's out for 4 games. Matthew Stafford has not looked good. The offense has looked stagnant. The offensive line can't block anybody. The defense looks pedestrian. Where is the Rams team everybody thought was going to be fine without Aaron Donald? Because they don't look fine. They got housed by the Cardinals on Sunday.
Really did. Like, really did. To the point where the Cardinals were having
Fun.
not having fun at their expense, but they were lighting them up.
Mm.
You could tell
they-
that one was one of those.
Are they all in
Yeah.
trouble?
We're good.
All 3? Bengals, Ravens, and Rams? They're all in trouble?
I don't think the Bengals are.
No.
The Bengals will be fine. No.
They've done this before.
They were toe to toe with Kansas City.
They've done this
In
before.
Kansas City, yeah.
How good's KC?
KC's fine.
I think they're fine, but I don't know how good they are. I mean, we'll find out. I mean, Mahomes is throwing for nothing. Kelsey's a ghost. I mean, this team is they are a different looking team. Now Pacheco's out for 6 weeks.
Type
That
it
offense is
Type it in the chat, boys. Which one of those 3 do you think is the most? Just type your answer in the chat while we're here. I think we'll get a ton of Rams.
Oh, I think the Rams are by far the most in trouble.
Yeah,
But between the Ravens and the Bengals, I think it's kind of an interesting conversation as to which one's in more trouble. I mean, Baltimore's got Dallas on the road this week, which is not going to be, I mean, they are desperate for a win. And Cincinnati is a team that is going to, I mean, they've got
Monday night.
Monday night against that's why are they doing that against the Commanders? Why are they playing 2 games again up against each other?
Staggered starts
By 45 minutes, not dramatically staggered.
Well, one's watching the whole first quarter. The other one's on ESPN Deportes.
I just don't. Why don't we do it East Coast, West Coast?
Because ESPN Deportes wants the regular time spot.
ESPN Deportes. Who the hell has ESPN Deportes? Like that's an actual channel? Like that actually exists still?
Growing
ESPN News.
the game across the world. Don't forget, that's what they're doing.
They're showing the game across the world. So they
Whoever has
can't
ESPN
stagger.
Deportes.
So they can't stagger it with 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Why
Again,
can't you put 7 o'clock on ESPN Deportes and put that across the world?
there's people in places, whether they wear suits or not, I don't know, but a lot of them do, and they make these decisions.
I know, but I don't get the idea that a staggered start is for the world. You can still put the 7 o'clock game on ESPN Deportes and show it across the world and give us a 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock Eastern time start. So you have 2 games on Monday night, which they should always do anyway. I mean, forget Thursday, get rid of that and give us 2 games on Monday night.
It's one of the best ideas you've ever had. That's one of the best ideas you've ever had. I don't need a Thursday game. I could use 2 Monday games. It keeps the rhythmic schedule for the players. Handicapping wise, that's way easier. I think you get a better product if you do that. But again, they don't ask the fans. Just like when they, the casinos.
But like if we're going to be in bed with sports books, I mean, imagine the handle between 7 to 10, and you have 2 games, and your 10 o'clock game is your get right spot. You have a chance to kind of dabble on the 7 o'clock, and then double down or make it up on at the 10 o'clock spot. I mean, the handle will be gigantic.
I agree. There's nothing I could say to that. We would clamor for that in the book.
You would tease both games together. You could talk about both totals. You can money line parlay on both. Like it would be tremendous. It would be an awesome opportunity. So if you're going to give me this Monday 2-game crap, don't give it to me on a 45-minute stagger. That's weird.
And they're doing it this week and next week.
Oh, it's both weeks. Ugh.
It's 2 weeks in a row, and then it goes back to 1 game.
So weird.
I don't understand it.
It's so.
I don't understand it.
Which of these 2-0 teams are frauds? Chargers, Vikings, Saints, Bucks, or Seahawks?
Whoa.
A bunch of teams are 2-0. They were supposed to be bad. Chargers are 2-0 for the first time in like 10 years. The Vikings are supposed to be horrible. They're 2-0. The Saints have scored over 90 points in 2 weeks. That's way more than anybody else. The Bucks beat the Lions. I thought they'd cover. I didn't think they'd win the game outright, and they did. And the Seahawks have had a pretty easy schedule, but they could have lost to the Patriots and did not. They won in overtime, and they're 2-0. To me, it's still the Vikings.
Now, D Stout, I had nothing to do with that.
It's still the Vikings.
I wasn't even going to say the Vikings.
Okay. I still think the Vikings, because I still don't buy that Sam Darnold's going to do this.
Teams listed on the screen, you think it's the Vikings?
I do. Yeah, I love the Bucks. I love the Bucks. I love.
It turns out the
Baker.
NFC South might be the best division in football.
I love Baker. I think Evans is tremendous. I think their defense is better than expected. Although Vita Vea getting hurt sucks. Look, the Chargers. I think when you have Herbert and you have a head coach who knows what he's doing and he's competent, I don't think the Chargers are frauds. The Saints are a little bit, but they've got these unbelievable people. I mean, look at the weapons. I mean, Alvin Kamara is running the football like he's 10 years ago. So, we both did, Joel. We both thought the Vikings were going to suck. So I still think the Vikings are going to be bad. That's why I picked the Vikings.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm with King of Car Seats. I am with D Stout 19. I think the Vikings are, as long as Darnold don't turn the ball over, that defense is pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, we saw Justin Jefferson come off the field with a little bit of a ding-up injury. He better stay healthy.
Oh, yeah, he has to stay healthy. I mean, injuries notwithstanding, I think it's clear of those five teams.
Emerson, stop it.
Has he got pants on? Please make sure.
Nobody's making obscene gestures.
This is what he does. That's what he does.
I
think it's Seattle. I think it's Seattle.
I like that defense for Seattle, and I like the head coach a lot. So I don't know. I mean,
I'm not sure about Seattle's.
Ask the Ravens fans about missing that dude.
They beat the Patriots, and I mean, what's the big deal there? They win a game on the road. So
they went across the country. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Seattle is a fraud. I think that they're definitely going to be a team to be. They're going to be a tough out. I don't know. I think the Vikings. If I'm listening, it's Vikings 1, Chargers 2, Saints 3, Seahawks, Bucks. I don't think the Bucks are frauds.
Wait, so your number 1 fraud on this list is Vikings?
Yeah.
And number 2 is who?
Chargers.
Chargers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Saints would be 3. Bucks.
Who has it better than us? Nobody. I mean, they're believing. They got it. Although, what did they do? They beat the Raiders and the Panthers.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Are we jumping up and down about the 2 bad teams they beat?
That was a crazy freeze you just did right there. Hold on. Snap. Come back. Okay.
Right back.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal in terms of who they beat. So I can't get too excited about who the Chargers beat. All right. So we wanted to have Emerson on because yesterday, Emerson, this is before Philadelphia put both hands around their throat and squeezed. He decided to go ahead and just throw the entire city of Philadelphia under the bus. Now, this is just a taste of what Emerson and the folks at DK and the DK Network and their new pregame show, what they did yesterday before Philly choked.
Have you ever heard of Hitchbot? If you live under the fiery state of Pennsylvania, then probably not. That's because this friendly, well-traveled hitchhiking robot was smashed to pieces in the heart of Philadelphia. Having already completed successphul missions through Germany, Canada, and the Netherlands, this little tin-man tourist hoped to begin his journey in America, going from Boston down the East Coast. Unfortunately, Philadelphians did not show this robot much love, as it was left bruised, battered, and bloodied in the greased-up streets of their hometown. But it's not all bad, and because we do not want to leave you with a sour taste in your mouth, here's a list of 10 great things you can say about Philly fans.
And it wasn't even me doing that. That's not even me. I didn't do that.
I don't believe he did it. He did it good. That was great.
Oh, he got him. He got him good. He got him good.
Yeah.
He got him good. And he joins us here in the Bostonian versus the book. He's the one and only Emerson Lotzi joining us here.
Hello,
Buddy.
Emerson.
He's alive.
Buddy.
You're alive, which is great.
Buddy. Oh, my God. Yeah. I'm actually shocked I haven't received more crap from Eagles fans about that. The ones in my small, tiny friendship circles, it's they're not happy. They've been emotionally and at times verbally abusive with me. And I said, listen, you're in denial. You got to go stick your fat, ugly face in a mirror and look at yourself and say, I'm a bad person. Listen, man, it's fun. It's fun. We're just, this is what we do in sports.
Is it because you literally shot the video in Boston and you said, why the hell would I go to Philadelphia and shoot a video about Philadelphia when I'm in Boston?
I know, dude. When you're like, hey, can I get a 30-second clip of this? I'm like, damn, man, there's a lot of good 30-second clips in here.
Yeah,
really piss off Eagles fans. Oh, yeah, baby.
That was my favorite. My favorite part was you were like, why would I go to Philadelphia to shoot a video about Philadelphia? I'm in Boston. I don't need to do that.
Yeah. We don't have the budget for it. And B, it's effing dangerous. Yeah. That was good. That was really good. I mean, come on. Are you shooting commercials right now? Are you in the studio shooting commercials? I'm in the studio because I had to come in and talk to Samir. Okay. I had to talk to Samir for a little bit. Is Samir there? Is Samir there? I think he's in his office. Do you want me to text him and tell him to come in? I think you should come over and say hello. I mean, listen, Pitt is 3-0. And I just want him to come on and say hail to Pitt. Well, so is UCF. So is UCF, and just came back from like shit about UCF. Whoa! I haven't even cussed yet. I haven't even cussed. So you don't cuss, buddy. All right, you fraud in your little Falcons outfit. By the way, I'm going to be there for a Thursday night game in a couple weeks, and I may have to try the wings at Magic City. But we'll talk later about that.
You're going there for the food. That's definitely why you're going there.
That's the only reason I would go to Magic City. What else do they have there? They have the lemon pepper wings.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it, right?
Yeah, lemon
Sparkling
pepper wings
glitter
and nipples.
Nipples.
So who doesn't love a good nipple? Is this what you're going to do with this new role on this show? I want you to tell people about what you're doing, but two, are you just going to go and pick on fans of certain teams, or like, what are you doing? That was genius. Again, everybody. And we've done, Billy and I and Samir and I, we've done a bunch of these in the past. It's kind of this, and our managers love it. So we're going to keep doing it. It's like Emerson on sports. It's a little mockumentary style. We'll do those. I did one last week. It's deep down on my Twitter timeline. I can bring it up for you, BVB Brigade, which damn good to see all you guys and gals. You're all excited you're here. I wish I could stuff all of you inside me, but that would probably rip me open. So I did one last week. You remember the big interview that Levitard did recently with Tua, where he said that's when Tua was like, talking about his old coach. What's his nuts?
Yeah, Flores.
Flores. Mm-hmm. So we did one where basically we took all the cutaways of Tua's answers, and then it was cutaways of me asking questions, but really ridiculous questions. So we had some fun with that. But yeah, dude. So it's new show, guys and gals. DraftKings YouTube, DraftKings Network.
all the streaming sites. I can't even remember them now
All of
because
them.
I'm obviously a company man. And it's called Pregame Power Up. Trey Wingo hosts it now. Okay. We got Claudia. We got Stormy out there in Vegas. I mean, we got an entire smorgasbord of individuals helping everybody out with stats and shit like that and bets, and then it's me. I'm kind of the fan angle of it, the weird one. And they're like, just be weird. I'm going to New York tomorrow. We're going to fly there. And then I'm going to go live a couple times in the show. By the way, the show's Monday and Thursday nights.
Nice.
So we're focused on one game, So that Thursday night game.
Are you going in full Patriot regala? You're going to go head to toe Pat's gear?
I don't know yet what I'm going to do. I may just see where the wind blows me, and hopefully it's below the equator. And I plan on having some fun with Jets fans. I'm sure there'll be some sad Patriots fans out there who are super cheap and have Mac Jones jerseys, but then put the May name on the back of it instead with duct tape. And then, guys, I'm flying to Nashville. I'm flying to Nashville not to cover Packers Titans.
Oh, yeah, bachelor
party at halftime of Sunday's game. Okay, I don't even really know if this has been announced yet, but it's happening.
Okay,
I will be grabbing the mic to this entire stadium.
You froze.
Oh no, he froze. Right.
You froze.
Okay.
Look at that. You looking like this right now. Hold on.
Say it again.
Whoa.
You froze.
Do you want me to go like this?
No! One hand. One hand.
Oh.
Only one hand.
One hand?
Yeah, one hand. That's
yeah,
all you
big
need.
man. Yeah, you like
All right,
that.
so
With yours, I would need two, Dave.
You would. That's fine. Get it
I
together.
talked to your wife, Dave. You're hung like a horse.
2
So,
inch.
I'll
2
be-
inch. What are you doing in Nashville on Sunday? Focus.
Well, I was about to tell you, but then you started talking about penises.
I did not say anything about that.
I'm emceeing a Dachshund Dash, dude.
What?
So I'm gonna be hyping up the crowd, and as a Jacksonville fan, we're not too fond of Titans fans, but they're great. They're great people. May not really like their team a lot, but they're great people there in Nashville, Tennessee. And we got 2 heats of 6 Dachshunds, and then the 2 winners. I'm gonna pit them against each other. And the winner will take home
sponsoring this. What is going?
Yeah. So DraftKings, we're very good partners with the Titans. They're awesome partners of ours. And throughout the game, there'll be a little code you can scan on the jumbotron. There's a big ass free to play pool, and people can bet on which Dachshunds. They think
which
will
winner's going to win.
Yeah,
Is there a list of dog names?
Yeah, buddy, I have them right here because I'm a professional.
No.
I'm prepared. All right, here we go. Here are the 12
is one
wieners
who farted
names. Who farted?
Who farted?
Who farted?
Fart Ed.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, these are much more I guess regular dog names.
Okay.
Here we go. Booker, Marty, Poppy, Finn, Rue, Maggie, Maddie, Ellie, Joey, Odie, Ozzy, and Honey.
Okay. What do you guys think? What's your gut telling you right now? Because I'll read you more facts about them.
Yeah, I'm gonna. These are all.
Honey already has to have long odds. Honey has.
Okay,
to have
so
long
here
odds.
we go. Let me tell you something real quick about Honey, because this is the stuff the BVB Brigade needs to know.
Yes.
Favorite treat for Honey, training treats. Is your dachshund afraid of anything? If so, please specify. Big dogs.
Oh.
Yeah, her Honey's favorite activity is sleeping. And what's your dachshund's greatest strength for winning this race? Her happiness.
Yeah, 80-1.
So you're telling me you're going to be on a jumbotron in front of 65,000 Titans fans doing play-by-play of a wiener race at halftime.
All I'm going to imagine, though, when these things are running down the field, are your 2 wieners. That's all I'm going to imagine, because that's going to really get me fired up and bricked up for this.
The brigade did a contest entry in the circuit, and they named themselves 5 wieners.
They did.
They're actually their
They did.
team names. So hopefully they get hot and they get up in the standings, and we could mention the 5 wieners.
I mean, it's the
what about
Packers.
Booker? Do you have
It's-
anything for Booker? What do you have for Booker?
Yeah, buddy. One sec. By the way, the winner takes home the Lombardi Trophy.
Oh,
Come on,
What?
Oh
Which
my
dog did you
God.
want again?
Booker.
Booker.
Did I? Oh yeah, Booker's the first one. Okay. Booker likes peanut butter bones. Let's see. Afraid of anything? Nothing. Oh, that's a good one. Nothing known. It doesn't appear Booker is scared of anything.
Perfect.
Little skeptical of his favorite toy, which is a squeaky hippo, but he does. Again, it appears we have a lot of strong nappers as I'm looking at the roster here. His greatest strength for winning this race, he's pretty competitive. So Booker sounds like Booker gets out there and lets it dangle a little bit for intimidation purposes.
So are you doing this by yourself or somebody on the mic with you?
No, it's me. It's me down there on the field. Okay. It's me down there on the field. I think I'm going to toss up to a dude in the booth. He'll read the details. And then I'm basically just going to say, all right, like whip your wieners out. Let them run. Let them run. Like, let's go, dude.
Let's go.
And listen, I was a little bummed at first because they originally had me traveling to Buffalo to cover that Jags Bills Monday night game.
Oh, now that's perfect. Why aren't you going to that one?
Because since it's a big, big partner, you know what I mean?
But do they not understand what's going on in the Latvia house?
No,
It's better for him and his wife, though, because if he's at the game, it could get really. I mean, that could be.
The Bills are going to win. It doesn't matter.
The Bills are going to push Jacksonville shit in. It is not going to be good. Although you guys have to admit you saw okay. What?
No,
sorry,
fine.
Will. I always have to apologize.
I've never heard a game handicap like that before until just now. That you. I mean, you really you.
Hey,
eloquently described what's going to happen.
I'm confident. I'm confident the Jags will lose. Okay,
by 10.
I really am. By 10? I don't know about that.
That's a big number.
What's the spread right now? No, it was 6.5 when I saw it.
Yeah, it's only 6.5. But come on, they're gonna.
Yeah, but we all. What was the crazy stat that's been floating around all day? Like we saw underdogs of 5.5 points or more. They all covered, right?
Yeah, and almost all won.
And Jacksonville, we have the better Josh Allen. All right.
What?
People forget that.
Come on, stop.
Dude, what?
You're starting stuff. You're these Buffalo people. Philadelphia's coming after you. You want to bring on Bills Mafia after you?
No, I love Bills Mafia. Bills Mafia, I've said they're the greatest fans in the NFL. They really are. And that's why it was like, damn, dude, like send me there to go live in this show because I could throw my naked ass through a table and then they could smother me in mustard and ketchup. I have not jumped through a table yet.
So when you're on, like, let's just talk pregame show for a second on Mondays and Thursdays. Is your idea just to go do like crazy things live, or is your job to go do packages of things like you did for Philadelphia? What's the
kind
main
of like
point?
It's kind of like whatever whatever is cooking in our creative minds. Like I will say, this is the most talented team I've ever worked on in almost doing 20 years of television. Like Billy, like Samir, as I've mentioned already, like some of these guys behind the scenes, like our main producer for Pregame Power Up with Matt Durgan, we call him Slates around here. Like the guys, the wheels are consistently turning.
Yeah.
And I just happen to be the perfect weirdo to execute their strategy and their ideas to the best of my ability. Okay.
What's the schedule? Do you know where you're going yet?
Yeah. I know where I'm going. And
Patriots.
I told Dave already. I'm going to go ahead and go towards the end of the season because I've told Dave this already.
All right.
And I heard when I told Dave this, I heard a zipper. Okay, so I don't know if it was his pants or whatever, but on Monday, December 16th, I will be
in Las Vegas.
Oh my!
For Falcons at the Raiders. This will be my first time back in Vegas since I was blacked out for 72 straight hours at my bachelor party like 12 years ago.
Oh my!
I know. I've always
town
said,
can handle you in this. Look out,
dude. I've always said
that's good to know because
there's no way I'm going back.
We've got some things cooking that we might be able to do something fun. We might be able to create something of a fun atmosphere on the 16th of December. So that might be
will you be attending the game, Lazia?
I could attend the game. I don't know if we have credentials or tickets for it. I mean, I'll be outside floating around.
All right.
And then you'll be in town for that Monday night. So like if we did something before the game, you'd be available in some way.
Well, shit. I mean, I'll fly in that Sunday and then I'll leave Tuesday.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll probably shoot a little bit.
Maybe you'll fly home Wednesday. Maybe you'll fly home Wednesday.
As long as I could sleep on your couch, so your mother-in-law could see me in assless chaps eating shredded cheese out of your fridge at 3 a.m.
You wait till you meet Deb.
I just thought of that, and that's going to be something. I don't even know what to say right now. You got me.
Is that what you're going to wear, by the way, when the Falcons are in town that night?
You'll wear that the old school Dirty Bird. Yeah.
This is the Dion, the 21
Dion Dirty
red.
Bird.
I also have the black fit as well. So I have this one. So, maybe we could go matching if you'd like. If you want to wear a jersey.
I mean, you have a lot of jerseys. Maybe I could bum one off you for my live hits.
Maybe
don't wear a Falcons jersey in the Raiders tailgate.
I don't think that'd be a good idea. It's not Depending on if the Raiders are good, I wouldn't do it.
It doesn't matter.
Well, of course they're going to be good. They have American hero.
Gosh,
as their quarterback, Gardner Minshew.
You still like Gardner Minshew, huh? You still have that?
I miss the shit out of him right now. There's no way we would have, and I'm saying we because I'm a sad Jaguars fan.
Okay.
There is no way the Jags would have lost their last 7 games in a row, last 7 starts of Gardner Minshew, just like they've lost the last 7 starts. Trevor Lawrence. No, there's something about him. He's magical. I miss him. He's exactly what the working man represents. All right. He's got the mustache, positive energy, good vibes, jean shorts, massive quads, lives in a van down by the river for crying out loud. Okay.
Why don't you and Kendra Milton do a Jags podcast? You live in the same city. There's like 2 people who like the Jaguars in the entire city of Boston. and you're both in the media. And you both like the Jaguars. I have to watch both of you guys every Sunday bitch and moan about your quarterback play on Instagram, whining and crying. You guys should just do a podcast together where you can bitch and moan about the Jaguars together.
I do enough shit. I'm tired. I'm really tired. And then it's like, who's going to listen to like the 30? There's a shit ton of Jags podcasts that you could listen to. A lot of good people down in Duval.
Right.
Like, why are like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
She was there. She was there.
When someone these days start like, yeah, I know she was. But if someone says to me, hey, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. It's like, oh, congrats. There's like 500 people already who talk about whatever you think your idea, like how it's going to be different. Like, sorry, it's not going to work. Like, just quit now and give up.
Who walks the dogs while you're out of town? Like, did the dogs
it's going to be a challenge. I got my boy John. He's going to help Wednesday and Sunday.
Okay.
I have this card right here of Devin Robertson, who I'm going to contact after I'm done doing this award-winning hit. Yeah, I bumped into her a few times, but I've also avoided her a few times when I'm like walking my dogs. I see her out walking other dogs because she could talk a dog off a meat wagon. It's like, I don't want to sit there and talk for 30 minutes.
Like Dave.
Would you
put your head down and just walk?
Dude. And Meg and I were talking about it yesterday. And I'm like, damn, I gotta actually use her business card and contact her now. And she has seen me purposely avoid her the last 2 days. She's like, I know he doesn't like live in that direction. Why is he going down the back alley? I'm like, oh, damn, dog's off the leash. Gotta go get her.
That's tremendous. All right, listen.
Yeah.
On Thursday, if you have time on Thursday, I don't know where you're going to
Okay.
be, but if you have if you're going to be kicking around in the tailgate on Thursday and we happen to be on the air, hop in and say hi. Just take the phone. Just
take the phone. We'll send you the link. We'll send
give
you
me
the link.
give me a look of all the ugly Jet fans that are going to be all there, halfway drunk already because it's going to be 2:00 in the afternoon. So just find somewhere in MetLife.
What time would you want me? I'm trying to look.
I mean, just we'll text and figure out whatever works. It's crazy. It's New York, so I don't want to hold you down, but we'll be on the air.
I mean, let's keep them. The New York football teams, they play in New Jersey. All right.
Okay.
People also forget
getting
that.
to the game means you're going to have to fly into New York. Are you flying into Newark? Are you flying into New York?
No, we're flying to Newark. We're professionals.
Oh, smart. Okay, that's smart. That's easier. But 2:30 to 4:30 Eastern normally on Thursdays is what we're on. Okay. So if you're kicking around the tailgate in some form or fashion, we'd love to throw you on.
That could be absolutely doable because I think that's going to be Billy's editing time for some of the content that we're going to go out and shoot. And if
are you down and back the same day? Are you going back? Or are you staying overnight?
No, I've already told you, and you don't listen. I'm going down Wednesday, okay, and then the game's Thursday, and then Friday I'm flying to Nashville, Dave.
To go to do
Bachelorette hell.
You're gone the whole 5 days. I thought.
Hey, Dave, if I told you I'm emceeing a Dachshund Dash,
I heard all of that. I thought you were going to go home Thursday.
No, why would I go home?
Well, that's kind of wild though, because on Friday and Saturday night you're solo in Nashville with a lot of single women running around.
We're shooting a lot. We're shooting a lot of content when we're in Nashville on those dates. So smart. Friday,
are you going to go meet that Hawk Tua girl?
Oh no!
And you know what? I'm not like a lot of people who are crappy on her. I think that's great. That again, it's America. She took her 15 minutes fame, and now she's making more money than I ever will the rest of my life. So good for her. But no, I don't want to see her. I'll get in trouble if I see her. Okay. And I Rich, the morning show I'm doing. By the way, Maddie, you came up again last week. He still says he loves you and how funny that moment was in his old show. Okay.
Tell Richie, we're gonna go out. I'm a fan of his too.
He's there on Thursday night for an event, and he's staying an extra night so he and I could go grab some content for the radio show.
Oh, in Nashville?
In Nashville.
Oh my God, that's gonna be wild.
Dude,
oh no!
I've never spent an extended amount of time in Nashville.
One of Rich's talents, and this is something that he was incredible with when he was at 98.5 in Boston. He has the ability of asking just the most random, weirdest person a question that they answer, and you literally going to go, "What the hell did you just say?" And he takes it and creates a whole bit around it, and it's great. It's tremendous. He really is super talented. The man on the street stuff is Rich's forte.
I think, fun. And he had this brilliant idea where we're going to go and just talk to the drunkest people we can find. God. And we'll probably we'll figure it out. We'll see what state of mind we're in. But I think I'm basically going to set, once we talk to somebody and I can get a gist of how drunk they are, I think I'll set a total of what they would hit having their blood alcohol taken, a little breathalyzer, and then we're going to make people. We're going to ask.
Over under.
We're going to ask.
We're
going to ask.
Oh my!
We're going to ask people. He has a
big lines. Yeah,
he has a breathalyzer.
1.6, right? 1.4.
Oh man,
this
there's
one's
some
a
really drunk girls, man.
Oh my God,
dude, it's Bachelorette hell. So I can tell you right now, if I see one of them or like a group of them on one of those little bicycle bars, I'm in. I'm in. If there's an empty seat, I'm in.
If Big Consig and Middle Consig are working the game on Thursday, I'm going to have them come find you. Because they've seen you on the show and don't believe that a lot of the things you say and do are real. And this would confirm everything. If they're at the game working, my daughters are working refreshment stands and stuff when the games are at the Meadowlands. I'm going to have them find Uncle Emerson. Last question for me, sir. People want to know, and I want to know, when you go take a deuce, how long do you take? When you sit like a normal time, are you a 10-minute guy? Are you a 15-minute guy?
No.
Are you a hit and go?
Okay. So I like to also use that, especially if my lovely wife is home. I like to use that as some alone time. Where I'll sit there and I'll scroll on my phone for 30 minutes and she'll be like,
What's wrong?
Hey, you all right? You all right in there?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yes, I'm I'm totally fine. Why do you ask that? You know,
Why do you ask?
I've been there for 30, 45 minutes. But I will say the other day when we talked, Dave, and you called me and I was dropping a fat deuce and I told you I'd call you back right afterwards. That was a long poop and I still need to call you back. But I just finished that poop like right before I hopped on with you
Thank
guys.
goodness. I was worried about you.
On that note,
Dave,
my friend.
No, Matt. Dave did that to me last time when I FaceTime. He said he'd call me back, and he didn't call me back for 5 days.
Happens.
All right. I
Happens.
don't call you anymore because I know you won't answer because your girlfriend will think that we're lovers.
It's going to be in your neighborhood.
I'm gonna be in your neighborhood.
In your neighborhood in a couple days.
You're leaving and I'm going. It's funny. It's
like two meaty
ships.
man ships passing in the night.
There's going to be a period of a few hours where you're both going to be there. I'd like you to
wait. What day is this?
I land Sunday morning. I leave Thursday night.
Oh man, I get back. I get back Sunday night. No, I'm not going to put on the spot. And I can't make it because I go right back
off the air.
Hey, I go right back to New York next Wednesday to cover Giants Dallas Thursday night game.
Look at you. All right.
Oh, okay.
You're the best.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining us. We'll talk soon.
I love you guys. BVB Brigade.
One hand.
BVB Brigade. I love you guys.
Okay, bye.
So much.
Bye. Before we get bye. My God.
He's out of his mind. Boy's out of his mind.
That's gonna get us in trouble. So we're gonna have to go and try to Will, I'm sorry. I don't know how you edit that.
I mean, he's just talking about being on the mic.
Sure, right. Double fisting. Okay.
Big microphone. Big microphone. We're never getting off late night. It's fine.
Really never getting off late night. That's really true.
Yeah.
All right. So Bryce Young has been benched by the Carolina Panthers. It's being talked about now as one of the worst trades in the history of the NFL. If you don't remember what the trade was, Carolina traded DJ Moore, who's played pretty well in the wake of the trade, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks to Chicago for the number 1 overall pick, which they used on Bryce Young, who has since been benched for Andy Dalton. How bad does that trade look in hindsight?
Well, I mean, it's still too early to judge, but it's bad. There's nothing good came out of that trade at all for Carolina. At all.
I'm not sure it's too early, Dave, because if you look at who the Bears turned that trade into Caleb Williams, their starting left tackle in Darnell Wright, a cornerback
too, right?
A cornerback who's starting in Tyreek Stevenson, and a 25-second rounder who they have yet to use. And they have DJ Moore, who's played really well for them.
And the wide receiver too, no? Oh, that was their pick.
DJ Moore. No, that's DJ Moore. He's the wideout.
No, but they drafted the guy from Washington.
Odunze was their own pick. Odunze was their own. Okay. At 9, that was their own pick. Okay. So they were able to take Odunze with their own pick at 9 because they had the Carolina pick at number 1 to take Caleb.
Right.
So, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad. But again, like, he can't play right now. It doesn't mean he's never going to be able to play. Like, people are right. He's the worst pick ever, number 1. No. Jamarcus Russell was the worst pick ever, number 1.
He's in the conversation.
Jamarcus Russell was the worst pick, number 1, but at least in the last 20 years.
We'll see what happens with Bryce Young. He has 2 wins in 2 years.
Playing on the worst team in football.
He's so bad, the total went up after he left. After Andy Dalton got put in, the total went up.
Well, yeah, because they're more likely to score. I mean, they're more likely
with Andy Dalton. That's pretty bad. With Andy Dalton,
Andy Dalton's a quality backup.
If he's an upgrade,
well, that's man alive. About the team, yeah. I mean, that's one of those things that, again, when you're looking for a gig as a backup quarterback or an opportunity to start, nobody was running to go to Carolina, and they probably should have been if they wanted to play. But the reason they weren't was because you're running for your life every play, like every play. And
True.
it's going to be a while before you're going to win there. So I don't know. I don't think it's anything. Yes, it's on Bryce Young. But when you're not put in a position to be successful, there's a lot of guys that were good in college that got put in positions to be not successful, and they weren't successful. Todd Marinovich, good call. Todd Marinovich is on line 1, Football Guy 97 for worst number 1 pick ever. Somebody type some more in the chat that you can think
bad
of.
ones. There's bad ones. By the way, Kareem Hunt signed to the Chief practice squad. Yikes. Okay. That's where we're going back to, Kansas City. Okay. To baseball. Baltimore, 3 games back of the Yankees as we do the race down the stretch they come. Yankees schedule the following: Mariners on the road, A's on the road, Orioles, and your Pirates. The Orioles schedule, they put the Giants and then the Tigers at home, at the Yankees, at the Twins. Any shot. Orioles are in the playoffs. They're in, but any shot they catch the Yankees.
How many games back today?
3.
Any
They
shot.
might need to
there's a
sweep the
small
Yankees.
shot, but they're probably going to have. I was just going to say, if they get it to 2, they're going to have to sweep the Yankees, right? There's no other way.
Yeah, because you go 2-1, it's only a 1 game. You pick up a game.
One game, right? And then the last series is who's this Yankees last series against?
The Yankees, the Pirates
In
which
Pittsburgh,
is so weird.
or no, in Yankee Stadium.
In New York. Yeah,
You think they'll throw Skeens that week?
I hope not.
I'd love to see Skeens.
In
Strike all them out.
In a meaningful game against the Yankees, a game that they need.
In Yankee Stadium in a game they needed. That'd be fantastic. Yeah. WV Punch Drunk 1 just said it in the chat. Please, God, let the Pirates ruin it for the Yanks. Yeah. I don't think so. I think it's a wrap. You?
I think it's a wrap. Yankees win the division. It's too much because the Orioles know they're in, so they don't need it. And the wild card's been pretty
but
advantageous.
Playing the wild card and not playing the wild card is a big deal.
Yeah, it's better to
The
be.
Orioles had the 1 seed last year and it didn't work out.
It's better to be the wild card team.
Who said that? Pull that last chat up. I just saw it. LL. Who said that? Skeens will be in pinstripes soon enough. LL, I love you. That's bullshit that you just said that right now, and I want to hear that today. Damn it.
American League wild card. It's Twins, Mariners, Tigers. Who's going to win this? Here are your schedules for the 3 teams down the stretch in the American League. Twins, Cleveland on the road, Boston on the road, Miami at home, Baltimore at home.
Okay.
Not easy.
Sorry, Will. You're right.
They lost.
I forgot to say it.
They lost yesterday to Cleveland.
The
Good
White
call by
Sox
you.
are hot. 3 in a row.
Tigers are 1.5 games back. They have 2 more with Kansas City. Then they play at Baltimore, home for Tampa Bay, and the White Sox to end the year.
Don't let that team get in. Don't let that team get in. They could. I mean, the games against Kansas City are massive.
Huge.
Massive. We got playoff baseball like in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Mize and Reagan's tonight. Ooh, good baseball game.
And the
what's
Mariners
next
are 2 games back. They have the Yankee series, what's going on right now. At Rangers, at Astros, they end at home against the A's. They're dead.
Man. Oh, I mean, if they could sweep the Rangers and make it interesting, because they can take 2 of 3 from the Astros, maybe, and then they get the A's at home for 3. Mariners don't have the juice, Covey said.
No, I think the Mariners are out. I think it's Tigers Twins for that last spot. And the Twins are leaking oil in a big way.
Right.
Like Tigers.
I feel like we're just burying the Minnesota people all the time on the show. I do. I don't mean to, but like Detroit looks like the team that's going to get in. I'm not even doing it on purpose.
Game and a half back.
Give the baseball head something to vote on. Close that poll we got already and say which one of those teams gets in. Twins, Tigers, or Mariners for the last spot. Are we putting Kansas City in? Are they in? It's done.
They're pretty confident. They're pretty comfortable. Yeah. It would be surprising that they did not make it. They have to really fall apart here.
Yeah.
They should Orioles, Kansas City, those should be your top two. And then one of the two.
Right.
Mariners.
So it's Twins, Tigers, or Mariners.
Yeah.
In the poll question. What would you have done? Everybody voted. What does that say? 68%? 65. 65% said kick the field goal, and only 35% go for it on fourth.
Yeah, CBW. The Red Sox are 5 games out. Red Sox are dead.
Over.
It's like the Cubs. They're both dead.
Done.
You're not making up 5 games in 13 games left. Like, you're not doing that. Like, it's not happening. Not jumping over multiple teams to make the playoffs. Not happening.
It's not happening.
They're done.
It's a nice season.
Good season. Yeah, great season.
Get over your season win total, hopefully.
Yep. They were competitive. Yeah, it's 4 games, Covey, but it's 4 games with 3 teams ahead of them. And they're not making that up. Like, it's not happening.
Well, what is their schedule? Do they play any of the teams ahead of them? Or they don't play the Twins. They don't play the Tigers.
No, they play the Twins. They play the Twins. Red Sox play the Twins.
They don't play the Tigers, or they don't play the Mariners.
No, but they play the Twins. I mean, Sox could knock the Twins out, but knocking the Twins out could help the Tigers, because the Tigers, play Baltimore at that time. Baltimore may have, already wrapped up the wild card and not being able to catch the Yankees. And then the Mariners, I mean, they're on the road, Rangers, Astros, really difficult. So I don't think the Red Sox are legitimately. I think they're done. The NL wild card is completely wild, to the point where I can't even put up the schedules, just put up the standings for the for the National League wild card. San Diego is 86-65. Diamondbacks are 83-67. The Mets are 82-68. The Braves are 81-69. We have 4.5 games separating the top 4 teams for 3 spots. And the Padres aren't dead from catching the Dodgers. They're 3.5 games back, 4 back in the loss column for the Dodgers. It's not a guarantee that LA wins the division. LA's making the playoffs, but the Padres are still alive here to win the West.
Correct.
Which of the 4 teams, which team is out? Braves, Mets, D-backs, Padres. Who is not making the playoffs?
I love the fact that we revisit baseball Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and sometimes on Thursdays. This is great, because it's as good as it gets right now.
Yep.
The baseball stuff is just fantastic. Well, if I had to decide right now, I think Atlanta's out.
I would agree.
I think Atlanta's out.
Now they make it out. They might get Albies back this weekend. So he comes back. That'll help. Tremendous. They get him back. Just even defensively getting him back will be huge.
Yeah, Santana said the Padres won't lose. Bad loss to Colorado yesterday by the Snakes. Yeah, the Serpientes took one on the chin. The bookie says Mutts. They don't want the Mutts to win. He thinks they're out. I don't know. They just keep finding ways to win. They were going to lose that game yesterday, and they found a way to win 2-1. I'm telling you, it just has one of those feelings. It just, I don't know. Who are the people voting on for the American League being in? Wow, it's overwhelmingly the Tigers. We must have a lot of Michigan people 313 watching.
But I do. I just think I think the Tigers, because of the way they've played, they've got house money. Now let's have them make it, because I'll fade them heavy. Other than game 1, I'll fade them heavy. In the series, they'll lose. They're not winning a series in the playoffs.
Wow. Senior member brigade Roger Long said Arizona won't make it.
Wow. Okay.
You get both NL East teams in, and one of the
Mets and the Braves both make it.
Wow, that would be something. That would create a whole new path.
I mean, this is going to be fun, though. It's scoreboard watching time. From here on out, it is scoreboard watching time. Watch every team. This is what Major League Baseball wanted. How do you keep baseball relevant in the midst of football? Is to have a race like this. Have multiple leagues, multiple opportunities to jump in and watch.
Yeah, because you can't rely on the divisions to be as close as the Yankees and Orioles. There's just no. I mean,
national leagues are done. Yeah, I mean, the Brewers can clinch tonight if they win and the Cubs lose. The Brewers can clinch the Central tonight. So we're already into that period of time where it's champagne hats and T-shirts coming out for these teams for winning the races.
That's such a fun thing. I like it.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. It's super fun to watch. So
I wouldn't do it after I won the 3-game series, though.
I would agree with that. It's a little
Like
awkward.
it's too, you got so much more to
You
go.
can celebrate. I just don't like the champagne being popped. And
Yeah, I mean they get the
hats coming
goggles
out,
and all
like,
that other crap.
I agree. It's dumb. This is wild. So the Rangers are not making the playoffs.
No.
They're going to be the 5th defending champ in the last 10 years to win the World Series and then not make the playoffs the following season.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's
Too
hard.
much baseball?
No, it's hard. It's
Yeah, but
really
you're the best
hard.
team in baseball. You win the championship. To
Or
not
you're
even be
ba-
back in the tournament the next year seems to be like,
Hold on.
ooh.
You're not the best team in baseball all the time when you win the World Series. You win the World Series and become the best team in baseball by that. Don't forget, they went in as the 5th seed.
I know, but you don't even make the playoffs. I'm not saying repeat. I'm not saying get back to the World Series. They don't even make half the time. The team that won the World Series the following year misses the playoffs. That's insane to me.
Sometimes, I mean, in baseball playoffs is a different, it's not even the regular season. Like it's just a mini tournament. It's so random. I think Brother Dan's in the chat. Hi, Brother Dan. Lightning in a bottle. Is it lightning in a bottle when you win a World Series anymore? It can be.
It's long.
I mean, why do you think it is? I mean, I think
7. I don't know why. Parity or just the teams have, better pitching staffs. Teams get hot late. I mean, the Diamondbacks are going to make the playoffs. They lost the World Series last year and they're right back in. But the Rangers are not. It's weird. It's just a wild stat. I saw it this morning. I was like, that is a crazy stat. That 1 in 2 teams in the last 10 years, if your team wins the World Series, you have a 1 in 2 shot of missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
The next year. It's wild.
I think one is because of like the pitching rotation in the playoffs isn't the pitching rotation in the regular season. A lot of times, 1 or 2 guys you can rely on to get you through the playoffs. And a regular season, you can't hide when you got a bad pitching staff. You really can't. And then I think bad teams can get better quicker and make it harder for those teams to get back to the playoffs by bolstering the bullpen. There's teams that I can't say the American League West got better for Texas. They got hurt more too this season.
Fair. That happens. The White Sox are 6 losses away from history. Mentioned they're hot. They have 11 games left. What record are they going to end up with? Even 500 would be stunning, and they still have a shot. I mean, they'll tie the record going
11
500.
games to go, so they go 5-6. But they're not going to
breaks the record. 5-6 breaks the record. 6-5 ties it.
Well, they're going to have a losing record.
Okay, so how many losses? If they go 3-8, they set the record by a ways.
Right. For the most losses in American League history.
No, Major League history.
118 is the American League one, right?
120.
What Josie said.
120.
Oh, it's 120.
42 and 120. The 2003 Tigers.
Was the Tigers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they need 5 to tie that.
And 121 is
Six.
the Mets. 6-2 Mets. So 6 more losses, and they set history with 122 losses.
Hold on. Let me pull this up. This is really. I mean, what are you rooting for?
History.
It's
Tigers will have a chance,
right?
Tigers will have a chance to make it happen. Butchie says they're going to go 3-8.
That was the first number that came to my mind too. So they're at the Angels. They won last night 8-4. Man, if we weren't so busy, I'd take a ride, go watch the Angels play the White Sox.
What the hell would you do?
There ain't going to be nobody there. We could sit in the dugout.
The hell?
There would be nobody there.
Why would you
drive? Have to go to Sports Grid later. I'd get in the car and say, take
8
a ride,
hours of
let's go.
driving to watch that debacle of a baseball game.
Oh,
yuck!
it'll be history. That'll be
my
great.
God, that's horrible.
Well, even better. Look at this. So they got the Angels for 2, right? Tuesday, Wednesday. Then a 4-game set down in San Diego.
Oh,
They
God.
might get swept.
Smoked. Yep.
Holy crap. And then they come home to play the Angels. My God. September 24th, 25th, 26th. Combined attendance for those 3 games might be 2,000. Holy what?
Yeah.
Sorry, Will, almost said it didn't. And then the Tigers, they go to Detroit for the last 3 games of the season.
Yeah. That's like, wow.
Right. The Angels are a bad team. White
They are.
Sox
They
can win
suck.
some game against them. They just did last night. It's
Yep.
3 in a row.
Yep. Your Pirates have been eliminated officially. The playoff
Just
drought
trying to avoid this
is the
whole
worst.
thing. It's bullshit.
It's the longest drought in NL history.
Don't remind me.
Sorry, in the NL right now. So not history, excuse me. In the NL right now.
Whatever.
2016 was the last time. I think I'm going to say this right now. You guys make the playoffs next year. I think your drought ends next year.
We got to put Pittsburgh in the name of the title somehow.
Bostonian versus the Pittsburgh.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Bostonian in a Berg.
In the Berg.
I don't know.
Versus the Berg.
We're going to get something in there.
Yeah.
Bostonian, Berg versus the book. Triple B's.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But
James Young tried to get on here and say the brother to Bostonian in the book. We tried to.
I'm not nuts. I don't think I'm nuts. I think next year they make the playoffs. I do. I think next year. I think the Bostonian versus the Jagoff.
Hey, that'll work. We could sell that. We get Jagoff in there. That would be outstanding. People will watch. People will watch.
Skeens, Jones. I think you guys will make a pitching acquisition in the offseason. I think you guys will get a bat or two. I think you got a bat or two. I think you guys will have a shot. I do. I think you guys are going to have a shot. I think you'll be a wild card team next year. 3rd wild card for the Pirates next year.
Just want to be 500.
Yeah, I think you'll be over that. September 17th, 1920. Today is the birthday of professional football in America. Kind of wild to see where we are here after 104 years of playing football professionally.
Yeah.
It's a long time. How about this? There are 2 franchises that are still in existence. The Bears were called the Staleys, and the Cardinals were in Chicago instead of Arizona. But those franchises are the original franchises that started in 1920.
Is there a reason for the Staleys? Was that their last name?
I don't know. It's a great question.
Let's just name the team after us.
Well, the Browns, right? They did that. That's what they did.
I think so, right? I'm guessing. I don't know.
That's what they did. They just named teams after the owner.
Staleys. Konowinski got to know this. Somebody got to know the history of this.
The name
has to be.
Well, the name. Let me see.
The Staleys. Yeah.
Hold on. They were the Decatur Staleys.
Yeah.
In Illinois.
And
then you had the Chicago Cardinals.
Oh.
Those 2 teams are still in existence.
Okay.
One's in Arizona and one's the Bears.
WV Punch Drunk One got me. Looked down at the chat all that time, and no one knows what pass interference is.
Good point.
That's a good one. That's great.
That's a good point. That's good. Yeah. All right, to college football. We got our Friday night burner in Nebraska.
Is this
Lincoln.
really? I mean, this could double for a Nebraska hat when they wear the black jerseys and stuff.
Illinois. We've got Brett Bielema saying that the best jobs in America are weathermen and people in the media because they never have to be right.
Ain't that the truth? Especially 2 Jagoffs that got a show called Bostonian versus the book.
I was
People
like, you
coming.
dink. The Huskers are laying 9 in this game. 9.
Too much?
I saw this line. I was like, what? Wait, really? Wow, are we all drunk on the wannabe Patrick Mahomes?
Oh.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Playing Colorado is one thing. Playing Illinois as a 9-point home favorite. I don't care about 400 consecutive sellouts or not, which is fake, by the way, but it doesn't matter. It is. It's fake. And when I was there, they bought the tickets to make sure.
Oh, would you stop?
They just did. They bought the tickets. They bought the tickets to make sure the sellout streak continued. Todd and Tyler, back me up. Everyone knows this. They did this. They bought the tickets to make sure the sellout streak continued under
Keep
Steve
the
Peterson
streak alive.
and Bill Callahan. They artificially kept it alive.
Keep the streak
So
alive.
the streak is not actually real. The streak
20-second timeout. Hold on.
Yep.
Mikey Awesome, one of the wrenches, came in with this. The Chicago Bears football team was originally named the Decatur Staleys after the A.E. Staley Manufacturing Company, which sponsored the team. The company's founder, Augustus Eugene Staley.
There you go.
Makes perfect sense. The
Decatur,
guy
Illinois.
said we're calling them the Staleys.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns. I mean, same thing, right?
Yeah.
Browns, so like named after Paul Brown. So yeah, it makes total sense.
So are you good with this? Are the people in Illinois good with this?
No,
I mean,
but the numbers are huge. Fox is setting huge rating numbers. They're not going away from it. They're going to lean in even more. Friday night on Fox on Big Ten football, huge ratings.
So are they happy about this in Nebraska?
Are they happy about this in Nebraska? Probably not, just because high school football is so big there. But it's one of those things of like, okay, play it. It's Husker football.
I mean, the tailgating stuff is so big for college football on the weekend.
Yeah, but on Friday night, you get the parties afterwards in Lincoln are going to be ridiculous.
What if they lose?
Still, they'll just drink their sorrows away.
GBR.
Oh, a lot of that.
A lot of go big Reds.
A lot of go big Reds.
Wissay already bet it. Josh,
he says Illinois plus 9.5. I think
already bet it. Wow.
I don't think he's wrong. Yeah, I don't think he's wrong. That's 9.5. 9's a lot of points. Like, it's a lot of points. They go out there and house Illinois and cover a line like that. Yeah, Matt Rule's got a team, but I don't know. I've seen this too many times.
I really thought you were going to talk about the other game on Friday night.
This one?
Not this one.
Oh, who cares about that one? That one's
boring. The Stanford-Syracuse game for our guy CBW.
I don't care about the ACC.
We got to keep an eye on Syracuse. They're coming here in a couple weeks.
That's fine. We'll keep an eye on that, but that's about it. We're going to do here. Washington State and San Jose State. I'm not in love with this game, but they're both 3-0 football teams because Washington State just beat Washington in the Apple Cup. I had them at 5.5 as a dog play, and they won the game outright.
11.5.
Yeah, big number.
I says, what are we even talking about?
I think they wax them because they wax them.
It's a blowout.
Just another game. 3-0 versus 3-0. Tennessee is laying 7 on the road at Oklahoma. That's your game of the weekend. 57.5.
What did you tell me the other day about this team being favored in
Oklahoma? I think this has to be one of the biggest dog lines in recent memory for Oklahoma. I cannot remember Oklahoma being a 7-point underdog to anyone at home.
I just looked up at my screen and it says 5 weeks from opening night for the NBA is today. Like, how's that happening?
You know what's happening that night, though, right?
I'm sorry I even said it. Although I do like those ceremonies. Yeah, they're going to put up number 18.
Woo, look at that.
They get their rings.
Ring night. Banner 18 night.
It's pretty good.
All about Banner 19. Look.
So somebody look it up. One of our researchers. When's the last time Oklahoma was this big of a dog at home?
Because they've been dogs to Texas, but those games get played in Dallas. So this is in Norman, Oklahoma. When's the last time Oklahoma was a 7-point home dog in a conference game? I have no idea. Like, that's a long time. And yes, Eric, we're not betting money line. We're betting the line because we know what happens. 2-0 this year. Keep on betting it. It's Tennessee first half against the number. And by the end of the year, it's going to be, it should be profitable because Josh Heupel is extremely profitable to the tune of like 70% profitable against the spread in the first half.
I can't believe it's 7.
It's high. 7's high.
Yeah. I gotta see.
This is the week of road favorites. Just like last week in the NFL, we saw a bunch of road favorites. You're like, what is going on? So we have this game. We have this game where USC is favored by 5.5 at the Big House at Michigan.
This makes sense to me. This one makes more sense to me.
Okay.
7 and 57.5 is the total.
There it is.
What? A ranked Oklahoma team hasn't been a home dog of more than 4 points since at least 1978. God,
I was born in 19.
I was born in 77. Thank you, AOWN.
I was born in 77. Just FYI. A long time.
Man,
I've never seen it.
Wow.
It's really rare. It's really rare to see OU get to be this big of a dog. It's really, really rare.
I'm not saying it's not justified. I'm surprised that it's that high. I thought the
Agreed.
first bet would be, and if anybody used 7.5, they already grabbed it because I mean it's painted 7.
Oh, by the way, thank you, CBW. Just tagged me in a tweet. Nebraska high school football canceled every game or moved to Thursday for Friday night across the entire state.
Wow, they get it. They get it.
Yep.
No complaints.
Nobody would be there. Play them
Right.
Thursday or cancel the game or move it off and don't play that game. Have a bye week.
That was from Sports Illustrated, by the way. Thank you, AOWN, for giving us that stat about Oklahoma.
Yeah, Road Chalk definitely has some painful games. Be careful.
I think USC runs out Michigan.
So would I. I mean, look, I think Tennessee covers. I think USC covers. But this is what I said to you going into the, as we were doing the picks on Saturday. I said, man, there are so many favorites I like on Sunday. That means I'm not betting any of them. And I did. I bet the 49ers. And I bet who else? I teased the Ravens down. Everything else was dog plays. But I was, I like the Bucks. I like the Rams. I laid the points with the Niners. Rams got destroyed and the Niners lost outright.
Yeah.
This is how I feel about this week.
St. Louis Ray is in the chat right now. He said he listens to us driving home in Chicago. Oh, no, that's St. Louis Ray. We got Chicago John. Sorry, I get them all confused. Well, thank you for being here, St. Louis Ray. He said Tennessee has a better defense.
Oh, yeah. Tennessee's a better team all the way around Oklahoma. But still, it's at OU. It's not an easy place to play. To go
this is
Norman.
the first time Tennessee's gone on the road, right? They played the first 3 games at home, right?
Yeah, and it's not just that. They don't play. This is their first game as a conference game playing Oklahoma. They don't do this very often.
Oh, this is an SEC game.
This is an SEC game. This is not non-conference. This is a conference game.
Oh, it's so weird.
So is this. Okie State, Utah. I mean, you got 2 top 15 teams playing each other. You have a road favorite in Utah. I like Okie State here. I faded Utah last week against Utah State, and that covered. I'll be on Oklahoma State. Give me as many points as I can get.
That's a weird game, too. Wow.
Give me him.
Josh would say, just came in and said, I'm so hyped for this Okie State versus Utah game, and I don't know why, though. Is this a big game?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we'll find out a lot about Oklahoma State, obviously.
Big 12. Fox, 1:00 game. Okay, that's in the perfect time slot. USC Michigan's a 12:30 time for us. Huh.
And look, there's a lot of people who, this is what's going to be fun about this, right? Is this. Can't bet USC personally. Got to see how they fare in the trenches against a Big Ten school. Because
I'm going to see how the Big Ten school can catch them.
Well, that's the other, and there's the other point, right? You have the speed of the Pac-12 and you have the power of the Big Ten. Which one wins out? We're going to find out. And how do you, if you're Tennessee, you're going to Norman, Oklahoma. You don't know the environment. You don't know the facilities. You don't know the university. You don't know anything about it. You're walking in there. You're going to have your eyes wide open going okay, this is different. Okay. We played Alabama. We've played Georgia. We've played LSU. We've played in these big hostile environments, but OU is OU. This is not an easy place to play. It is a prideful university with a lot of excitement to see Tennessee coming to town. So I can't wait to see how this plays out. I'm so excited to see how this game in particular with USC, that game, but also just in general with how Tennessee goes and plays. USC should house Michigan. I would agree. Okay. You should look, Kevin, Heupel does, but the team doesn't. I don't care that Josh Heupel knows it inside and out. It doesn't matter to me. Yes, he played Oklahoma. Of course, I know he went inside out. He was offensive coordinator there. I get all that. He's the coach. These are players. He doesn't play the game. He coaches the game. He doesn't play the game. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see how, with this new realignment, these big games, these are teams that are playing for playoff positioning. These are ranked games. These are the games that you get circled. And if USC walks into Michigan and blows the doors off of them, it's still Michigan. Even though they're not as good, it's a big win for USC and Lincoln Riley.
Oh, it is. Every game they play in the Big Ten is going to be big because everybody's looking to, introduce them to the Big Ten. But she's still mad about the LSU game. The refs and USC ride the same bus. Oh, he's still mad about that.
But that's a big win for USC. They've already beaten an SEC team.
That's true.
They go on the road and they beat a Michigan. You start building this up and you start going okay, the resume is starting to look like a resume for a playoff.
Can't believe that the Iowa Minnesota game did make the Tuesday rundown.
No, well, only thing makes a Tuesday rundown are ranked versus ranked.
Fair. Okay.
That's the only thing that's making ranked.
And neither one of those teams are ranked.
Right. And I put the other game for Friday just because there's 3 games on Friday, and I figured I just put the 3-0 Washington State, San Jose State game up there for the hell of it. But on Tuesdays, generally speaking, we're only going to talk about the games that are ranked versus ranked because they're the marquee games. They have the most potential for line movement. People are going to bet, people are going to be interested, and give them just a taste of it as to how it goes forward and what it looks like going in. Daniel G., you missed the whole time talking about your Tigers. Missed the whole time
portion of the show, Daniel.
You can go back and watch it.
Back in there and watch it. We talked
about the Tigers and the playoffs,
the hype, the whole thing.
I think they make the playoffs. I think you guys are
voted.
in.
I mean, what is the votes? Close that poll.
It's close. It's really close.
Oh wow! Leave it open. Yeah, we'll leave it open.
You told me to close it. I just closed it.
All right, that's fine.
57% Tigers, 24% Twins, 17% Mariners.
Nobody thinks the Mariners are going to do it.
No, Mariners are dead. Mariners are dead.
Right.
Until UNLV hosts Syracuse, and it will be on the rundown. Well, I mean, Syracuse won't be ranked, I don't think, but UNLV is ranked in the coaches poll. So, I mean, they play Friday night. Let's see if Syracuse beats Stanford. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
They're going to beat Stanford. They're going to win that game.
Okay,
they're going to win that game, and then we'll hear all the talk about it. We'll see. Is Kent State ranked? I can't keep track of all this. Kent State is not ranked.
They're not ranked. No.
Penn State's 49.5.
It's a ridiculous number.
49.5. And the total's 54.5. Who made that number?
They're not going to score. They're not going to score. That's what it means.
What?
It just means not going to score.
But how did you get 5 apart? Like what? They're getting 7 touchdowns. Penn State's getting 7,
right?
Maybe 8. So that would make it 56 the total. Well, 54.5. Who did that? I need to know. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it really is an amazing thing to watch a number of that because the game goes under, does it not?
I don't know. Who do they play next week?
Penn State.
It might be one of those. Just get enough. And then get out of here.
Get out of there. Let's see. Penn State will play first Kent and then Illinois at home.
Oh, I was going to say, if it was in Illinois, take a ride. Let's go.
You got an interesting schedule. So you have Kent State here, and then Illinois at home, UCLA at home, and then at USC on October the 12th.
Yep.
You need that game to be a night game.
You and me both.
No, you do, not me. You. I didn't say I do. I said you need that game to be a night game.
You ain't never been there, have you?
I have not. I've not been there. I've not been to USC.
Wait,
no, I'm sorry. Sorry. Yes, I have. Sorry. Alabama, USC. I did my show on top of the press box outside.
Nighttime?
Day pregame into a night game.
Did you roast up there?
I did. The first day I was there, I did my show from the Jim Rome studios. I did my radio show. I did my show. And that was the day that Carson Palmer called in and basically MF'd all Husker fans. And I was waiting to take over from Rome's studio. And like my entire show was done. Like I was like, oh, that's it. There's a whole show. So they just played Carson Palmer, his clip over and over again, just like going like, were they ever good? Was Nebraska ever something to talk about? Like, were they ever actually a program to be reckoned with? Like, yeah, Palmer crapped all over Husker fans. They were so pissed off. They still are pissed off when they see Carson Palmer. They still boo him for the comments he made on the Rome show. And I was like sitting right outside watching Rome do the interview. And I'm like, oh, okay, there's my show. We're all done. So I did my show. And then the next day I did my show on top of the press box and it was hot as hell. And that was the time that Nebraska fans found out that there are stripper poles outside the stadium at USC for the tailgate. And that's true because I saw that with my own eyes. And I went, well, this is a different type of place I've never been before.
Coliseum's different type of place, period. I've never been inside, but I've been outside frequently.
It's highly overrated.
Yeah.
Highly overrated. It is. Yeah. It's old. It's run down. I mean, this was in 2006 or 7, 8, somewhere in that range. So we're talking, 15, 16 years ago. So maybe they made major improvements to it, but the Coliseum was fun to be there, but it wasn't like I was like, oh my God, this place is incredible.
Right.
It's historic, but it's all right.
Looks great at night.
It does look great at night. They smoke a lot of weed.
A lot.
They smoke a lot of weed.
I feel like they're doing that everywhere now.
Yeah, they smoke.
Go to the grocery store and I'm like,
0708, they were smoking a lot of weed. It was like, wow, we're smoking a lot of weed. It was like, okay. It was like, that's college football. This is not Lincoln, Nebraska. This is a much different environment. Being here for that. So, time for better. Was the 1959 World Series at the Coliseum? Is that true? We know the Olympics were there.
I don't know. Jimmy Football might have been there. I'm just kidding, Jimmy. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying you were there.
You're going to hate this better to book it because I hate my own personal card because I'm not betting baseball. So I'm just not betting baseball. So I have to bet WNBA today.
Oh, boy. What'd you do?
There is a good game, though. Lynx and the Sun. This could be a preview for the WNBA championship. I got the Lynx at -1.5 in this one. Numbers moved to what? Has it gone up yet?
I haven't even looked. I didn't even open the tab today. I thought it was done. I thought you told me the playoffs were starting.
Oh no. It's flipped. How about that? It's a pick. Oh, major discrepancy in the marketplace. Circa is at the Sun -1. DraftKings is at the Lynx -1. Caesars is at the Lynx -1.5. The number I bet last night.
I love this. That's all right. I'll book it. I'll go with my guys at Circa today.
We're going with a lot of plays on these things. There are 5.
Alex B. Smith is in the chat. Hi, Alex. He said, yep, Comiskey Park and LA Coliseum for that World Series. Holy cow. I did not know that.
That's pretty good. He knows more than hockey, I guess. Look at you, Alex B. Smith.
He does.
We should get him on the show during hockey, though.
100%.
By the way, did you see what the Maple Leafs, their new helmet sponsor, you know who it is? It's perfect. It's perfect.
I did not. What are you going to say right now?
It's the Oreos.
What?
Oreo.
Like the regular Oreos?
Yeah.
So it's Oreo. An O?
No, it says Oreo on their helmet.
Oh, it says Oreo.
But it's perfect.
Why?
When's the last time the Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup? In my lifetime, it would be
0. What's that have to do with Oreos?
Just perfect. It's a perfect thing. They have a milk jersey, so they have Oreo cookies now as their sponsor. I'm not kidding. That's actually true. It's actually true.
Oh God.
That's actually true. So, it's actually true on this.
And then I like Connecticut.
All right. And then I'm going over with Chicago and in Atlanta here. These teams are under teams. When under teams tend to play against each other and it doesn't matter, I think we see a more up-tempo game, more scoring here.
Oh, no.
Over 160.
I'll book this.
Okay.
How did you get 162?
Oh, sorry. No. So I wrote the wrong number. Sorry. I'm confusing my number. It's 155.
150. Current number 154.5 or 154.
Yeah. Sorry. I played 155. Sorry.
Okay.
That's the wrong number. I played the over in the Lynx game, which is 162.
Okay.
Right? Where's that 162 I played?
162.
Vegas game. Sorry, the Vegas game I played over.
New
over
York,
Seattle.
Washington, or
Vegas, Seattle is where I played over.
Yeah.
I have 4 bets. I only did 2. I only grabbed 2 of them for you.
Okay.
Here. Not the entire Daily Juice card on this.
Okay.
So
you did all 4 WNBA plays on the juice?
Yeah. There's nothing else to bet. I can't bet baseball.
I mean,
literally,
baseball.
I think I would be better betting baseball if I blindfolded myself and I took darts and just threw it at the board. I'd be better at betting baseball than me picking.
Really?
The Leafs are a milk and cookie team, so it makes sense.
Oh, milk and cookies. Oh,
well,
one of the best routines ever from God rest his soul, Bernie Mac. When he said, I'm going to go downstairs and get some milk and cookies. Oh, my God. I just made me laugh just thinking about it. It was so good. The Leafs talk is going to be nonstop on this show. Guys in Toronto, I mean, I can't help it. He's a Bruins guy. We have to make fun of them. It's part of the show. So
Oh, it's too easy though. It's just one of those layups. It's just Toronto. It's just until they win something, it's just too easy.
can you imagine if they win?
I can only because like I think in the betting space, it would be a bigger story than it would be in America.
Oh, it would be gigantic.
America's not going to care.
Oh man, it would
No.
be so good for Toronto.
Pockets of America would care. The vast majority of America would go, we play hockey in Toronto? Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Like
There goes the Toronto sponsor.
look, in America, no one cares. It's just a fact. It's just
Get us the bonus time, and you can say whatever you want.
tree falls in the forest, and the people were like, "What's that?" Oh, it's Toronto's season. I didn't realize. It's just what happens.
The leaves fall in the spring. The leaves fall in the spring.
Every year. That happens every year. If you were live, don't move. If you're watching the replay on Sports Grid or listening on SiriusXM, thank you. Wednesday, tomorrow, we will get going with a whale watch with our guy, Alex Kane. Should be a lot of fun. Rest of you, don't move. Bonus time now. When they show the fans outside Scotiabank Arena, that's what I live for.
It's Deuce Staley. He's in the Massachusetts.
It is wild too, though, because hockey in New England is such a unique sport. There's so many people that are in love. Oh, Jalen Reagor got cut by the Patriots. Wow. There's so many people that love hockey, that live and breathe hockey, and it's such a unique sport because to be a hockey family, it's a lot of work.
Oh,
It's a lot of sacrifice for the moms and the dads. Getting your kid. I mean, Amanda's son plays hockey, and like watching her get him ready. I mean, it takes an hour to get ready just to go practice. You got to get all the gear on and everything else. It's just it's not easy to go do. Then they go play for an hour, and then they come off the ice, and you got to take them off, and take everything apart. Like it's a lot of work to be a hockey family, and it's expensive as hell. On top of that,
man, it's so hard.
You gotta love the
my
sport.
dad used to dress me in my bed for everything except my skates, and put me in the car. He'd wake me up and say, "Walk to the car," and I've been in full gear except for my shoes.
Wow.
I get in the car, put me in the front seat, fall asleep, drive to the rink, wake up, let's go, walk into the rink, grab my bag, which was empty, and my stick because I was wearing everything except my
Right.
helmet. Walk in, he'd kneel down, tie my skates, and say, "Go." And then, I would finish, and he'd undress me. We go to McDonald's, and then he'd drop me off at home, and he would go to work. We did that for 5 years, just me and him.
Look at this guy.
Unbelievable.
My son plays hockey.
Travel hockey, 45 minutes away, practice 3 times a week. He's 11, and I have 2 daughters as well, LOL. Not easy, but worth it. My God, Brennan. That is, you're putting in work. Like, that is work. And
think of the hours, the time that you are sacrificing for your kid to give him something to do. And then you have your 2 daughters. You got to go find something to do with them. Like, we only have so many hours in a day to do that type of stuff. So like hockey is a labor of love. It's a family thing. You can't just you don't kind of play hockey. You play hockey.
Well, you can kind of play, but then you can kind of not really play when the game's time comes.
Right.
Like,
fair.
Because there's kids that are on the ice all the time. And then, when they're not on the ice like us, we had rollerblades on when we didn't have practice. We were playing rollerblade. We were skating, doing stuff. I think my dad was so happy when we finally got a license and we could just drive ourselves.
Yeah.
And just go to the rink. See you later. I don't have to go.
How many goals did you score in the last league, Dave?
A lot. I had my line mate Barry and me were setting up, and Yorkie was in net. We were good, man. We had a good team. I got to get back playing. She ain't going to let me, Yorkie. Every time you come in here, I get excited. My favorite thing about today is about 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey is back. Sidney Crosby's back with the Penguins. He got the 2-year extension. He's knocking on doors, delivering tickets.
One of the cooler things I've seen in pro sports in a long time, a guy who is known as the Pittsburgh guy. He's about to become the longest tenured Pittsburgh athlete ever. And he's knocking on doors saying, "Hi, I'm Sidney. Thanks for being a ticket holder. Here are your tickets." Like, hi. Like, it's pretty neat. And they filmed the whole thing. It's pretty cool.
It's an awesome tradition. They've been doing it for years. And he is he's going to finish his career with the Penguins. Not that he ever wasn't going to, but they got it nailed down. I hope it ends way better than it did in Chicago when they kept Taves and Kane too long and they had to get rid of one and the other one retired and whatever. Like, I don't want to see it end like that because there's no good way a lot of times for these things to end.
Right.
I don't think they're going to be. I mean, I looked at the odds 2 nights ago, this Sunday night when all them teams lost in the NFL. I started leafing through baseball, World Series matchups, and exactas.
No pun intended, right?
None at all.
Leafing through.
Just leafing through, just like that. And then looked at the Stanley Cup odds and the division odds and things, and the Penguins are down. Whoo! I mean, they ain't made the playoffs now in a couple of years. That stinks.
Okay.
But seeing Crosby do that was a lot of fun. And it's still one of, like you said, it's a cool tradition. And my number 2 favorite thing about today is, I don't know what time you got up. I got up very early. My sleep schedule's been jacked up because I've been having these calls in the morning back east. So I've been getting up to talk to someone at 8 o'clock Eastern. That's 5 o'clock Pacific. So I'm up. I went outside today before the sun came
my
up.
Goodness gracious.
And I went, what the fuck? 54 degrees when I went outside this morning.
Yep.
And I still had a T-shirt and shorts on.
Cold.
And I was like, whoa. I
Yep.
mean, I know I'm West Coast soft. And Brother Dan, if you're here, I don't need any comments from you right now about it because I've been West Coast soft a long time. When I lived in Pittsburgh, I didn't like winter and complained about it a lot.
Yeah, I did too. Yep.
54 degrees, P-roll. Holy what mother, like, I was like, oh, I got to get this. I got to get the hoodies out.
Yeah.
I got to get the beanies out.
Yep.
It felt like football weather. Hockey's in the air. I was like, whoo. And then, you know what I did? I woke up the wife. I said, hey, you're not going to believe it. Like, we're going to get Kendall a sweatshirt. Like, she got to wear it.
Yep.
And she goes, I can't wait to open the window to go to sleep.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, what are we back east? What are you talking about? She's like, oh, no, we're opening the window tonight. Whoa. She'll make it freezing. And it's already been freezing in this house. She's going to open the windows. Oh, I like the fresh air. Here we go. Fresh air. Open the windows. Come on.
Wild. Yeah. So, I mean, the higher will be 80, between 80 and, but next week, and I'm gone for this, but this is crazy. The high temperature on Wednesday and Thursday is 72 degrees in Vegas. The low temperature will be, next week, not this week, next week. The low temperature is projected at 55 degrees.
Yeah.
That's crazy. High, like today is going to be 82. Like it's low, 54 degrees, but the high is going to be in the 80s. It's going to warm up and be a decent day today. But the high being 72, that's crazy. Yes, CBW, I've been told I'm going to be with you. It's going to be warmer in New England than it will be in Vegas. When I'm in New Hampshire next week, that's where it'll be warmer there than here when I'm here.
I got the next week's projections for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. It says 91 and 67.
Oh, no.
For Vegas.
Look at the wrong ones.
94 and 68.
94
and 70.
Not by us.
Here.
Yeah, not by us. Not by us.
In Vegas. Las Vegas.
Do our area code. Don't do the strip. Do us.
I'm doing Las Vegas right now. This week's forecast is 80 for a high, 58 for a low, 80 for a high, 60 for a low.
Yeah, now do next weekend. Do next Thursday. Do next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Next week.
I just did. I told you it says 90s. We're warmer here.
You're looking at the wrong. I don't know what you're looking at, but that's not right. It's going to be cold.
All right.
It's going to be cold.
It's the weather portion of the show.
Can you look at that? Look at that. What's that say? Yeah, lows 63, 60, 58. Look.
Right, and then Monday, right, with highs of 90.
70, 79,
today is
58,
Tuesday.
60,
That's
60
today.
degrees.
That's today.
And then next week, it's going to be.
Next week is in the 90s for a high. You're looking at the same thing I'm looking at.
So it's here. It's here. So it's
That's this week.
This weekend. Sorry. So
Holy shit.
This week is to be cold. Not next week. This week. But I'm going there Saturday. I'm going there Saturday. So this is the weather portion of the show.
You're out of it.
Paradise and Summerlin actually is a big deal. Actually, it is a very big difference between Paradise and Summerlin.
No question.
That is a very because
This
it's
time of year, especially
4,000 degrees and 4,000 feet in difference in terms of above sea level and below sea level. So,
oh my God,
that's true. That's true. I know that for a fact. We're 4,000 because that's the strip is actually sea level or like 100 feet above sea level, whatever, close to it. And we're up, and you're up higher than me. You're up at like 5,000, like 5,000 feet.
2,800.
You're sure?
Yeah, we're about 2,800. Both of us. You're close, and I'm 28.
I'm gonna look that up.
Mount Charleston, it can be 7,000 feet.
Well, the top of Charleston is 85. Is 85. You go to the top of Charleston.
That sign I took a picture of 7,000 square feet or 7,000 feet above sea level, and it's only about 35 minutes from my house. It's weird. It's like a driving straight up a hill.
Oh, in the summertime, that's the best place to be in the temp. Yeah, you guys enjoy it in Arizona. You're getting a little bit of a break here. Right. First time in 120 days, right? You guys aren't 100 degrees today and tomorrow, but then you're right back to 100 after that.
Damn, bro.
In Arizona, it set the record for the most consecutive 100-degree days in a row in Phoenix.
Are you ready for a little bit of taste? Are you going to look at the leaves?
I'm going apple picking, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going apple cider donuts.
Oh my God, I need her number directly. I'm gonna need her number directly. You're going apple picking?
I'm from New England. This is what we do. Just
When's the last time you went apple picking?
Holy shit, that's a great question. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe 20 years. I do it here though, like in New England. I do it here. I've apple picked here. So, and I've done it in like other
place over, but
like I've done it in other parts of the country, but like in New England, like in September, New England, that's been a long time. That's been a long, long time for me to go ahead and do that. Deuce Daily, I have no idea. I don't know where anything is anymore. New Hampshire might as well be the moon. I don't know anything about what's around and what's there. And
are we doing a show?
The whole week. What do you mean doing a show?
Just making sure for the people. Are we doing the same time or are we doing an East Coast show?
We can do whatever you want because I'm not Wednesday I'm teaching class remotely, but Monday class is canceled. So I'm not doing class on Monday. Okay. So I don't care what we do the show on Monday. We can do whatever we want. I have dinner with my mom at like 7:30 Eastern. So
what if we did a 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific show?
I don't care. Do you want to do it that early? Why do you want to go that early? Just get out of the way?
No, I mean,
it's early.
It is early.
For you, that's early. You want to be up and on the air at 6 a.m.?
Done it before.
Whoo! Not this show, though.
Well, we did early shows.
That's going to throw everybody. It's going to make it. That's a curveball and a curveball.
Right.
Hey, by the way, we're on the air in Vegas time at 6 a.m.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see if we can mess them up and do that.
We'll figure that out.
My other favorite thing about today is the hats. I mean, we
that
got
was going to be
mine.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
No, mine was just a number of people that you guys wrote in to enter into that thing. And I know there's some disappointing people. I saw it in the chat. You guys are bummed out about you didn't get it. It's not the last time we're going to do that. Okay. That was one of our first times doing that. We want the hats in your hands. You guys are doing an awesome job of going to games and taking pictures, and continue doing that. If you're going to a game this weekend and you have a hat, wear it.
Miss Addison. Addison sent a picture of the hat. He was at the Browns game over the weekend, and he didn't make the thing. So
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. That was not intentional. Sorry about that.
It was just like we had to put that together, and
I missed it. No, I didn't even see it. So that's my bad. That's the first I'm hearing it. So I apologize on that I missed it. So I'll get you on for sure. I'll put it on the next week's one. So I'll make up for it next week and put it on there. But to who won it, go ahead and scroll back to the beginning part of the show and you guys can see who.
I got it right here. At Krupp_Duster007 won the 3-hat parlay. So he's going to get 3 hats, pick the colors, the teams, whatever we want to create. But then as a bonus, 3 individuals got a straight play, 1 hat apiece, designed by you, sent by me, made by our hat doctor, Corbin. Chicago John. He's at John W. Lyons III. Tyler Powlis, who's at Typo92, and Brandon Rincon at 1994 Rincon. Those are the 3 guys, 4 guys total. Please email us, get us the text line, something we need information of what exactly you want. We'll work back and forth through the text, what you get for the hats and what my guys got, and then we'll get them out to you next week at some point. Hopefully we get done this weekend and we go from there. Matt's going out of town. We're still doing the show.
Yeah, I mean, nothing changes. It just the backdrop will be BVB instead of my bookcase. That's about the only difference.
That's fine.
With the show, it'll all be same on that. But no, just thank you guys. Favorite thing about today was seeing all those messages. That was really neat to go back and just scroll through all of them and everything you guys wrote. And Monday show, Friday show, that was really a lot of fun. Tomorrow, Alex Kane, like we mentioned, Well Watch Wednesday with Sport Trade. Got a lot to get into after the NFL and college football. Things have been rolling for Sport Trade. Really looking forward to getting Alex back on to break down what's happening in the sports betting world. He is Dave. I am Matt. Wednesday, tomorrow, earlier time than normal, remember, because it's Wednesday. We'll start around 1:30 Eastern for a Wednesday's BBB.